24/7 Hip Hop Radio. No skinny jeans business.
What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? Y'all know who it is. You know what time it is, man. It's your boy OG Tech, aka the household name the streets love to hate, better known as, or formerly known as, Lil Tech, man. Big salute to everybody out there that's on their grind, on their grit, doing what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? All the artists out there, man, that's grinding to get where they want to be with this music. All the producers out there that's making beats out there that's grinding to get where they want to be with this music. To the producers, the promoters, to the managers, to everybody out there, man, worldwide, man. Y'all know what it is, man. One team, one mission, man. We spreading love all the way around the world. I'm here today, man. You know, we got a special guest coming on. Certified Nation. They say they certified. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm glad to have them on. We have always, man. We've always been doing interviews with like Samantha, and I seen his interviews and all this other stuff, man. And where we are now, man. Where is he at now? He hollered at me, man. He's on 24/7 Hip Hop Radio. We're glad to bring him on today, man. Outside of that, man, what I want y'all to do is what I want y'all to do for me, you know what I'm saying, is we're gonna take a small moment of silence, man. We ain't even gonna say small, man. We're gonna take a moment of silence for this legend, man. This guy has done his thing in the game, man. He has been in numerous of movies, played different roles, man. Just this brother, this king, died too young, man. Michael K. Williams, man. Let's send prayers to his family. You know what I'm saying? His talent, man, just reached and touched everybody around the world. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, man, we got to make sure that we check up on a lot of people out here, man. We got to make sure that we doing what we got to do for our health, our body, man, and making sure that we mentally are together and all just everything that we got to do mentally, spiritually, everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but we're gonna send prayers to his family. Um, and also, man, I want to send prayers to all my brothers behind them walls, man. You know what I'm talking about? Free the real, keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? But no further ado, man. Let's take this 1 minute of silence real quick for the brother, man. So we're gonna be quiet real quick, man. You know. All right, man. Yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. Well, what we've been waiting for right here, man. Let's bring the guy on himself, man. Let's see where he at real quick. What up? What
Peace,
up? What up?
peace,
What up? What up? What up?
peace, beloved, peace.
How you doing, sir?
I'm chilling, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's an honor to
Hey,
be
welcome to
here.
24/7 Hip Hop Radio, the independent music movement. We got City the Great in the building, man.
Peace.
What you been
You
up
can
to,
hear me?
sir? Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man. What you been up to?
A little bit of everything, man. Just trying to make a mark in this culture, you know what I'm saying, and change the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's what
right.
we about. So that's what I've been working on.
Cool, man. So let me ask you, man, how's COVID where you at, man? Is it pretty bad up there?
Um, well, where I'm at right now, where I'm residing at, it's not, it's
Okay.
I mean it's cases, but I make sure that me and mine we stay safe.
Okay. Cool,
It's
cool.
nothing at the capacity back home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nothing at that capacity because the population here is smaller. You know what I mean?
Right, right. City the Great, man. Let's talk about it, man. Tell me about the name, man. How did you come up with the name, man? How did City the Great come about, man? Let's talk about it, man.
Well, the name City's been my name for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
However, I noticed that in the game there was a lot of people with the name City, so I definitely needed an addition. At the time, I was getting managed by affiliate of Def Jam,
Right.
and we were on a conference call. And when he entered the conference call, he said, "I'm here for my artist, City the Great."
Hmm.
And then I was like, "Damn, that sound good." You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
That sound good. But really, he got that from a song. He got that from a song I did on the old mixtape, Belly of the Beast. Where in the intro I was like, allow me to introduce you all the City the Great. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
basically he took that and I guess added that on without him really realizing that that was gonna end up being my full handle. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what got you in the music? You know we got to do it. That's how all these interviews start off, man.
Yeah,
What
we
got you?
always
What,
got to
what
go
got
here.
you in the music? We need to know the history of this, man. What got you into it, man? Talk to me.
Well, all things real, like music was already in the bones. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I came from a single parent household, and my mother would come home every night and play records anyway. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
However, it was my cousin, my older cousin Andre, that put me on to like really put me on to hip hop. Hip hop was everywhere when I was growing up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you in the projects and you laying down, you sleeping, whatever the case may be, from the window, you hear people with their boom boxes and everything else.
Hmm.
So, but he was the first one to introduce me to the music. He had the
Right.
cassette tapes and everything like that. You know what I mean? So he play them. And the main one that really stood out to me was NWA was what made me want to write. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Okay.
other ones I listened to them, but
Right.
NWA made me want to write. I was like, yo, this this is how I feel. You know what I'm
Me too.
saying? Like,
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
yeah, so it was the first song I heard from them was Straight Outta Compton. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then Fuck the Police and everything else, which my first ever written song was called Fuck School.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was called Fuck School. Mom's found it, whoop my ass, whatever the case may be. But you know, that's that's basically where it originally originated. You know what
You
I'm
said
saying?
you
Like,
said mom whooped your ass, man.
yeah, she whooped my ass. Like all these curses going on in here was happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that ignited, that sparked the whole thing of me writing actual raps. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like my mother was a poet, which I believe that's something genetic because my mother was a poet. My sister writes poetry. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I started out writing poetry. It just wasn't in rhythmic form. And after that, that's all I did was just bring those two together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's what got me into the music.
Okay. Cool,
Mm-hmm.
cool, cool, man. You know, you brought something up, man. A lot of these youngsters don't know about, man. Them dang on cassette tapes, boy. They
Yeah.
don't know the struggle, man. Them tapes was a struggle back in the day, man. You pop one of them
Son.
ribbons if you want to, man. You got to put it all back together with some fingernail polish or some tape. You know
You
what
got
I'm
a
saying?
pencil, you
Roll it,
spinning it
yeah.
around. You
Spin that
know
thing with the pencil, yeah.
what I mean? It's crazy. I was in studios. I was going to studio. Now I was a kid. I was going to studios back when they had
Oh,
DAT tapes.
I got them. I know what you're talking about. I still got something right now.
Yeah,
I'm holding on to. Yeah, yeah.
facts. So you know what I mean. That was because I was going to the studio as a teenager. You know what I mean.
Right, same. Yeah.
That's when I first started like actual putting things on the wax.
Right.
And me and a friend of mine, his dad used to be somebody in the industry, used to sing and everything else. He was part of a band.
Okay.
Um, and what happened was they had a studio in their house. Like there was an
Mhm.
actual house, uh, basement, decked out studio in the basement. So I go over there all the time, and we lay down some songs. We had good chemistry on record, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was we got shopped as a group. It's called MIA, Militant Action. You know what I mean? And at the time we was being shopped to Sony. That didn't work out because he started, getting into some things that he shouldn't have gotten into, and fucking things up legally. You know what I mean? He got into some legal situations. So, and at that time, labels only wanted groups. That was when groups was popping. Mobb Deep was out. Yeah, it was Wu-Tang was out, all of them. But we was young. We was like teen. We couldn't even drive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. So it just sounds like you've been around music. Like, you said your mom was a poet. And you've been around, you've been around music, so you had no choice but to embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So now I see where we got the great from. Okay.
Indeed. You know what I mean?
Let me let everybody know, man, because I know y'all used to me having them Corona lights in my interview, man. This red cup is full of water this go around, man. Full of water, man. That's what's up, man. So tell me about your first, man. So let's go back, man. Let's talk about the first, what was it, a mixtape, your first album that you might have put out, man. Let's talk about that, man. Hey, tell me about it. How many songs was on it?
My first
I know back then it probably was a bunch of songs on it, wasn't it?
Well, nah, my first album was a CD. It was an underground situation. It was called The Journal. And it was about 11 songs. You know what I'm saying? And that one was basically, it was like a journal. It was going through different steps and phases of my life as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, that's not really even the start. The start was prior to that, because when I was recording as a group, but I was also recording individually because I had access to the studio all the time.
Right.
All I had to do was show up. So I was there every day. You know what I mean? I was there every single day. So I had the joint. We had a project, a joint project was the first one. That was called In the Midst of Madness. In the Midst of Madness was the first joint. And that one was basically at that time what we was talking about, people are talking about now. We was teenage, we was talking about, the whole what you call the Illuminati experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we was just breaking down hidden messages and dollar bills and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, that was the start. The digital age came later on. Like I was messing around, dibbing and dabbing in different situations. I didn't have any other full projects at that time, but I was basically cutting back then. I was just cutting demos because I kept getting label offers on the table. So long story short, I went away for some time. I did a bid, came home. Now I come home, it's more into the digital age. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I sparked it off with a project called Road to Redemption. You know what I mean? Which you can't find online or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm the only one who has those files. We may re-release that.
I was about to say you need to.
You need to. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah. But the first official project was called Belly of the Beast. And I did Belly of the Beast with this DJ in the UK named White Stripes.
Okay.
And yeah, we dropped that. That one had like about 21 songs on it. That had about 21 songs. Yeah, a lot of features from various.
What year was that?
You talking 2000?
Yeah, that's about that time with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, like 2009. That was like Dat Piff days. Live
yeah. Now I'm about to say, I know you talking about that time, man. I know that CD was full of music, boy, because we all were putting about 15, 20 songs on a record real quick, bro.
Yeah, indeed. I was doing the mixtapes. I was everywhere. Put it like that. I was doing collaborations with a bunch of different artists all over. You know what I mean? I had a couple of artists in the UK I was doing joints with, as well, of course, in the US. even in Cali and Long Beach. I was doing stuff with them. I also had I was participating in a lot of contests and battles and things of that, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. I was just spreading around, grinding, you know, for the love of the music in the sport, you know what I'm saying, but also as a way of projecting a bigger audience, you know what I mean?
Right.
By collaborating with different artists, introducing them to my audience, and I'm getting introduced to their audience. You know what I'm saying?
So do you still listen to the Journal to this day?
I honestly, that's one thing I don't have a copy of. and honestly, a copy exists, and is one person who's, you know, God rest his dead, my Uncle Wallace was the only one who had a copy of it. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably on one of his computers. You know
Hey, man, let me tell you what I did, bro. I tracked down the person that had one of my first tapes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have a copy of it. I tracked them down. I just got a hold of it almost a month ago, bro. My first tape. You see that writing on that?
Yeah, I see that.
Cassette. Yeah, man. Hey, if you can get that, go and get it, bro. Get
Now,
that for your.
What's crazy is I had the only other copy of In the Midst of Madness.
Okay.
And it was a cassette. However, I had
you putting
to get my
however's on it, man. You talking about however's?
Yeah, I had to get a cassette player.
Gotcha.
So okay. I got my hands on a cassette player and it trashed it. You know what I mean? So, however, the studio where it was recorded, I'm pretty sure dude, his pops probably still got them DATs. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna throw out that type of expensive equipment and everything. So I'm pretty sure he still has them DATs. I'll probably just have to track him, do like you did, track him down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man, it took. So I had two people that had it that I known, right? And so one person said he was not coming up off of it. It didn't matter how much if I would have paid. And then there was another guy, man. Big salute to my homeboy Dion Benton, man. Salute. I went to school with him. And I didn't think he was gonna send it, man. And I checked the mail one day, came out, and right there in the mailbox, man. I'm keeping this close to me, you know. Even though I still got the DATs and the ADATs of that particular single, excuse me, you know, it's just having this physical copy, man, is very important, man. So
you see that old handwriting or graphics that was done back then. You got the like having the authentic one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. That's important, man, to have your, you know, the thing that I'm trying to do now is backtrack to get all my work that I've done. So if you can do that, man, just get all your work so you can have it in your hands, man. You know, something to pass down, you know.
Yeah. That's a fact. Because what's crazy is when that CD was made, cover everything, you know what I'm saying? It had a very professional, you know what I'm saying, very professional presentation. Actually, what I signed copies, and so I was selling copies. You know what I'm saying? And I signed copies, but I think I only had about 20 copies of that. So, you know, I'm looking at it like 18 of them are somewhere with somebody, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Somebody held on to it, you know what I mean? But I signed. Everybody who bought one asked me, like the first two people asked me to sign it. So therefore, I just went ahead and signed everyone I gave the people. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So City the Great, man, you know, tell me a little bit about your style of music, man. You know, give me a little breakdown of your style of music, man, that you present to everybody, man. When you in the lab, I don't know if you freestyle or you pin it down, man. But tell me a little bit about your style, man.
You mean like my creative process?
Your creative process, brother.
Yeah. So my creative process is kind of unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my music is emotion based. However I'm feeling. So I'll randomly go through beats and depend on set to my mood or set to the concept, let's say, even if I got a concept in mind.
Right.
And what I'll do is I'll take that beat, I'll usually lock myself in my studio, turn the beat on, and takes me about maybe 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes tops to, I would say, let's change that. Let's just base it on an hour. You give me an hour and I can get you a full length song.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I can
Okay.
record it and all that. It's subconscious. It's a subconscious thing when I do this. I don't sit there and like, oh, I got this idea for this bar. How can I make this bar work with this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Basically, it's subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Now sometimes some things can lead into a further thought. Like I have a joint that'll be coming out soon. That'll be on this one of the many projects that I'm releasing, where it's me and my homeboy my certified nation brother James. It's called Start a War, in the part where I'm like capsule get pilled very moment that we vitamin. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Before I wrote that bar, I was just going in. Since you asked for it, here it is. Got a mean play on words like a violin. And then I thought about a fucking vitamin for some reason. And I'm like, how could I play on vitamin to make it a bar? So what I did was capsule is a capsule, pill, of course, and that's a vitamin. You know what I mean? Then you got a vitamin. So people will break it down like they're thinking I'm saying capsule get pill very moment that we vitamin, like let them in, but instead it's capsule get pill very moment that we vitamin. You know what I mean? So there's points where I'll do.
Yeah. Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's all subconscious. It's all subconscious when I write. I blank out. You know what I mean? And I just, you know what I mean? It's I think it's a God-given gift, but it's useless unless I practice the craft. You know what I'm saying? Like every day I practice my craft. There's not a day that goes by where I'm not writing a rhyme, freestyling, or in the booth. There's not a day, not one single day. I'm at least writing a bar somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to get sharper. I feel like I can't reach a higher plateau if I'm just like, all right, I know I'm nice now, right? Like any artist, you'd be like, yo, I'm nice. But for me, it's like I haven't reached that. I haven't reached that prime. I haven't reached that maximum capacity. So it's a challenge for me every day to practice it. You know what I'm saying? And get better.
That's that hunger. You
know
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like when doing something that you love, man, and when you have that hunger, you know what I'm saying? When you have that hunger, man, it's like, man, I'm determined to get better. Like me, I listen to a song and be like, damn, man, I got to get better than this song. Because I'm my worst critic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to be better than the next. So next song or the next verse that I've done. So I definitely feel that, man.
Yeah.
Determination and hunger, you know.
Yeah.
It's always a plus with it, man. So you got to stay on top of your craft, man. So I definitely
and it's also about who you surround yourself with. Like when I look at my team, right? Certified every artist in Certified Nation is to me. I'm a fan of every artist in my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of every artist in my team. Otherwise, they wouldn't be part of my team. You know what I'm saying? Because I build it on. When I look at an artist, I gotta love your music. I can't say, oh, we team, and I'm not really feeling your music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan of every artist that we have on the team. Every artist is dangerous. If you slip up on a song, they will, you know what I mean? So that keeps me sharp. That keeps me sharp. And I think it keeps the soul sharp because we enter into the song with the idea like, unite, I ain't letting you do that to me. You know what I'm saying? That we enter, but it's all love because we know out of that is going to come a dope record. It's
friendly
going to come
competition.
It's the work. It's the work that comes from it. You know what I'm saying? And and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's about who you surround yourself with, who you're making music with, and everything else. that's gonna push you to that limit. Like, I need to raise the bar here because you just said what? Like, all right, now I
Right.
gotta come like this. You know what I'm saying? So we all challenge each other, and that's why it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like for me, it's a mixture of my team. My wife is my number one biggest critic. You know what I mean? Like whenever I'm slipping and I don't sound the way she knows I should sound,
Oh
she'll be the
man.
first one to let me know. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
don't I know that feeling there, buddy? Ooh, man.
And it hurt, don't it?
Man. And I'm sitting up there like, you're supposed to be my fan. What you talking about?
Yo,
What you
that's
talking
me
about? You
all
know?
day, bro. I be like, yo, what you mean? Like,
What you
you ain't hear what I said?
mean?
I said this.
Hold on, man. Let me play this one more time. What you talking about? You know,
Yeah.
I get
How
it.
you locking yourself in the room with your headphones on? Like, hold on, man.
I don't think that's what she talking about, man. Let me.
Yeah,
Okay, you talking about what? I'm
you
about
know
to
what I'm
write
saying?
this right here. I'm driving this now. What you say? Hold up. Now check this one. You know, yeah, I feel you, bro. I
You know what
definitely
else it
feel
is
you.
too? Is also, you know, the legends that we have, you know what I mean, in our corner, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
for me having Ed being special eds artist.
All right, well, hold on. We ain't got there yet. 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 We ain't
Oh,
got
you
there
ain't
yet.
get there.
We ain't got
Okay.
there yet. Hold on. Let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. I got, you know, I'm trying to go through you. Then we gonna get there. Let me get there first. All right, y'all ain't hear that. Y'all ain't hear that. All right. Now let's rewind back just a little bit. We're gonna go back 30 seconds. Tell me
All right.
about Certified, man.
Certified Nation
Certified Nation, man.
Entertainment. So you
Entertainment.
know what's crazy is Certified Nation is exactly what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? It's about the culture. It's built on information and services. It's built on the information that will help our people of this culture grow. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not like out here just like, yo, give me money and do this and do that for you. No. It's about educating and giving the knowledge because, like, for instance, for me, how I built it was like this. For me, you know, the journey in this industry is crazy. I've been through
Right.
the ups and downs and everything. So I understand that if I had somebody sooner in my corner to give me certain knowledge, you know what I'm
Big
saying, I would have
facts.
done things differently.
For sure.
And
That's real.
that's something that people lack and our culture lacks. So my thing is like, how can I make a difference in the culture? The way to make a difference in the culture is by just trying to make your difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in this matter, it's like, yo, we provide the information and we provide the services as well. We don't just give you services. We let you know what these services are and what they mean to you as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Now, the building of it was more or less like Certified Nation wasn't initially a company, it was a team at one point, you know what I'm saying? Early on. My DJ Bad the Problem had a movement called Certified Hits, and my movement was Certified Nation. It was just me, my homeboy Just Right, now known as It's Only Right, our legend from Queensbridge, a few other artists, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we used to
Right.
record with Buck 3000 in New York at the Mix Factory. You know what I'm saying? And Buck even used to be like, yo, like, y'all don't know what y'all got, man. I'm telling you, like, it could take off. And you know, years went by, and I had a friend of mine that was doing management for artists and stuff like that. And he always called me, I'm advising him. He's like, yo, bro, you know that what you do, like, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge you have, there's things you could be doing with that. Like, and then my wife had the conversation with me, like, you could make a business out of it. Like, this could be a business. Like, if you really want to do it and you really want to make a change and at the same time make a business, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And she put up she actually put up, she was the initial investor, should we say. She put up the money to force me into doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And then from there, you know, I started scouting for what we need. You know what I mean? We need everything in house, and I know what is needed in house and what's not needed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I scouted for what's needed in house in order to excel our artists and help others. You know what I mean? So that's basically how Certified was built. You know what I mean? And it's about controlling the narrative. I'm just tired of the other people controlling our narrative. You know what I mean? Controlling what we like. Like, all right, you're gonna like this because this is what we're putting on the radio. This is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the only way that you can get services or not even get the knowledge, because they're not going to give you the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But they'll have you believe and fooled into that you need them to do these things and you can do them yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you can find someone who can do this service and this. You might not need every service. You might just need a few services to get you where you need to get. You know what I mean? So that's what Certified Nation is, man.
So tell me a little bit about because you brought it up. How did you meet Special Ed and how did that whole thing come together, man? You know, because I know I've been a fan of him, man, since back in the day, man, since I got it made. You know, tell me how that worked, man. I got the tape, brother. You know what I'm saying? So tell me about it.
You got the cassette.
I got the cassette. Yeah, for real, bro.
So my homeboy, he's like a little brother to me. You know what I mean? He did a big, came home. When he came home, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, and he mentioned this while he was away. He used to always mention this shit. But I never believed him. He's like, yo, you need to fuck with I could link you with my cousin. I could link you with Special Ed. I'm like, come on, man. You don't know Special Ed. Like in my you know what I'm saying? I'm believing like this man don't know. How come you ain't never bring him around? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when he came home, actually, so how it happened was he came home. I was going to the studio. I brought him to the studio with me. My engineer was running late. Producer had sent me this beat that was crazy. And I was like, yo, I'm going to write this right now. The engineer was like a couple minutes away. I wrote it real quick. We went in there. I went over it a few times. I laid it down. Boom. My man was like, yo, let me get that. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring it with me tonight when I see Ed. I'm like, yeah, here's the song. You don't got to make up fairy tales. So he went the next day. He called me. He like, yo, I'm about to text you Ed's number. He hit him up. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I was at BB King's with Ed for Master Flex birthday. I was in the room with him and Daz Effects and all them. And it's something about New York hip hop, and they need, you know what I mean, somebody, a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I played your shit, that joint that you recorded, and he said to tell you to holler at him. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I hollered at him. And, you know, the rest is history from there. You know what I'm saying? The rest is history.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So look, y'all just had a big concert. I'll say a concert, a gathering with the concert up in New York.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to talking about it, you know, before we converse about it, man, I'm about to play a live clip.
All right.
Of City the Great right now, y'all. Check this out.
Yeah. Whoa! Gotta keep that grass cut circle tight. Gotta keep that grass cut circle tight. Knew this be the realest thing I'd ever write. About to put it into all my haters like middle fingers, middle fingers. Middle fingers, middle fingers. Middle fingers, middle fingers. Knew this be the realest thing I'd ever write. My grass cut circle tight. Understanding history, we bout to write. A couple dudes ain't make it, but they'll be alright. Humble but homie, don't test my gangster. Feeling like 08, stretching from 7 bangers. DIY, we don't need a label to claim us. Dollars make sense, yet no money could change us. Toe tag your whole embassy, wanna be famous. Cowardly lion claiming courageous. Cowards be hiding behind that gangish. Well, me, myself, and I is who I bang with. And that's real talk, learn the language. Since my first words, I've been dangerous. When after school was written on the pages. My road to redemption, mention my motive, intention, mission, unloading they hit 'em back. Killing, I'm sending they soul to the rhythm, but Father forgive 'em. It's hard to forgive 'em while I'm walking this earth. Hard to harbor the hurt, dearly departed this work. Just a target and burst, I put my whole heart in my verse. Gotta keep that grass cut circle tight. Gotta keep that grass cut circle tight. Knew this be the realest thing I'd ever write. About to put an end to all my haters like middle fingers, middle fingers. Middle fingers, middle fingers. Middle fingers, middle fingers. Knew this be the realest thing I'd ever write. Iller than any virus you know. You out of cards, Uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know that this size 10 is headed straight for your culo. I'm not your dog, I'm Cujo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I spit riggedy rapid pounds, chickadee check the style. Brooklyn style, 18 flood of mood crowd. I shut them down, I shut them down. I shut them down, I shut them down. Whoa. Back to the basics, tracing my DNA. Graffiti on walls to visualize our PBA. Conditioned not to be the way that mama made. On magazine covers, we glorified as modern slaves. I will not compromise the master games. America's most wanted for speaking truth. I'm living proof of Cain and Abel in the booth. Revolution's not something you can dance to, but you can nod your head till your chin is broke. The Vatican know the devil kissed the Pope. Beware the smoke will lead you to the Holy Ghost.
Beware the smoke will lead you to the Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost.
Hey, man, y'all look like y'all had a blast out there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a blessing, brother.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. I seen a lot of great people out there, man. The energy was up, the vibes was great, man. Everybody came together, man. It was real dope, man. Tell me about that day, man.
That day was magical, brother. Like it was everything you could have asked for as an artist growing up that loves the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to meet a bunch of legends. We, you know what I mean? Shout out to Cool Rock Ski while we at it.
Right.
For making it happen, for even considering us for it. You know what I mean? Because we were the independent act. It was basically lined up like we were headliners because the OGs went first and we went last. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I recognized the opportunity and the moment prior, because what I did was I wasn't trying to really play no games with it, and I prepared. You know what I mean? I took about 2-3 months to prepare. You know what I mean? I rehearsed every day. I exercised every day, twice a day. Twice a day I exercised for rehearsal. I locked myself in a room that had low air quality, bunch of lights and heat, so it would be uncomfortable, so that I could perform properly in a comfortable, in a more comfortable environment. You know what I'm saying? Just so the execution was correct. I mean, my brothers, Pen Game Classic, It's Only Right, J Law, they showed up and showed out. They did their thing. We all did our thing, and it was beautiful. You know what I mean? And what was dope about it was seeing, because that's my hood, that's my area. You know what I mean? And an area that's forgotten in New York because there's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best of neighborhoods. But to see everybody come together in unity and and people came from out of town, mind you.
Right.
And everybody in one spot. There wasn't no discrepancies, no arguments. It was all love. You know, it was free food. It was a free show, a free opportunity to meet, you know, these legends and everything else. You know, it was a very beautiful day, bro. It was something that I think about every day because it was even more of a motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I enjoyed watching it, man. It was definitely epic and a movie, man. And I seen the legends there, man, especially Cool Rock Ski, man. I'm definitely a fan I was definitely a fan of the Fat Boys also, man, you know, growing up. And to see he's still doing this thing, man, and rapping, man, you know, that's that's very, very dope, man, to see him still pushing, man. You know, and that also goes to show, man, like there's no limit to music, man. You know, I think a lot of
Yeah.
guys tend to get a little older and they think like, man, you know, I don't think nah, man, as long as you have the gift, you know what I'm saying, you should use
Yeah.
that daily, you know, because if not, you're gonna get older and wishing that you would have used that gift. You know, you got to look at the Tech Nines, the Jay-Z's, and all these artists up there, man, that are up
Look
in
at
age and
Eminem.
still dropping, and Eminem still dropping bars, bro. You know, so
Nas, like you gotta think about it like this. In rock and roll, R&B, pop, all that, it does not matter, right?
right,
It doesn't matter, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be 100 years old up there. Fucking Steven Tyler could be rolling on the stage at like with a walker. And you're like, oh, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? So hip hop, I think we've evolved to the point where it doesn't matter anymore.
right,
Because artists now are older than artists back when we was coming up. When we was coming up, artists was really like 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. A lot of these artists now are like in their 20. Look at Fabio, he 30 something. You know what I mean?
right.
Like people just getting on there older, because you gotta think about it. As you get older, you get wiser, you learn the craft more, you understand more. Your experience makes you better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, that's the thing. I don't, music doesn't have an age. You know what I'm saying? Music doesn't have an age. You know what I mean? The audience, there's enough audiences to decide what they want to listen to.
So look, man, if it weren't for hip hop, man, where you think you'll be right now, man? If you wasn't out doing music, like if you weren't doing music like you're doing it now, man, just your past all the way up to now with music, the albums, the mixtapes, the people you've met, man, the brand that you created. What do you think you'll be doing right now?
You know, that's a tricky question, because if I didn't love music so much, I don't know. Music has been such a big part of my life that it's any subtraction of it alters my whole being, alters my whole journey of life, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I really can't answer that as far as knowing what I would be doing, because my mind state would be totally different probably, and I would probably have other interests. So, you know what I mean? Music is a part of me. It's I grew up with it, you know what I'm saying? So it shaped every point of my journey. Everything I've done in life, period, music has been there. So it's a good question.
However, go ahead and let me get the however.
However, you know what I mean? I can't honestly answer that. You know what I mean? I can't honestly answer that because I don't know. Because of the fact that music has dictated, I don't want to say dictated, but it's been a part of every step of my life. So minutes when I could have done something crazy, music was there. You know what I'm saying? But who knows what I'd be doing? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What was some of your biggest musical influences coming up?
Well, my number one musical influence, as far as musical influence, that's gonna be NWA.
I know you said NWA, right?
Yeah, because they started me on the whole thing. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, before them, like, I would quote raps. Like, the first raps I knew by heart was LL, I'm Bad, and you know what I mean, the Fat Boys. Like that. Those are all like Run DMC. All those are stuff that I knew, but I didn't think about being an artist. You know what I mean? Like, it was a thing. Like, I'm doing it because I'm rapping along. I like the music. You know what I mean? I hear it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But NWA would have been the number one because they sparked me. You know what I mean? Hearing hearing Cube. Cube was always my favorite. I like Easy's voice, but Cube was always my favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After
Shit,
that,
he was the
you had
main
like
writer.
Rakim.
Shit.
Huh? Yeah, he was the writer. You know what I mean? But when you think
Right.
about it, he was the writer. But in order, if I had to name my favorites in the group, it was Cube, Easy, and Ren, and then
Right.
Dre.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And Cube wrote for Dre too, but it was the way they delivered it. You know what I mean? Easy delivered it in a fashion that was like it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you believed it.
Right.
Ren had that same vibe. He had a different flow. He had a flow like now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
he was ahead of his time. And then Dre was like, I know this is Dre. He was dope too, but compared to the rest of the squad, it was kind of like, you know.
I don't think
dope,
Dre.
but,
I don't think Dre got my respect into the Chronic.
yeah,
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
agree with that because
Yeah.
I really didn't quote. I would rap it because it was there, but if when Cube left and they had 100 miles and running, I can't tell you not one part of Dre's bar.
Right. You're right.
Nothing.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all things. In fact, yeah, I could barely even think of any of his. But when the Chronic came out, yeah, I can say that the respect as an artist, as a producer, he was fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? But as an artist, as far as delivering, like that was the point where it was like Dre made a difference. But as far as my influences, yeah, I would go with NWA number 1. Definitely Rakim. Rakim had that flow. See, I put Rakim and Nas together because Nas reminded me of Rakim. He was just a street version of Rakim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Rakim had this flow that was just like seamless. It was like it was perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way it fit in the pockets of the instruments, and you know what I mean. Rakim was definitely Rakim, Nas. You know what I mean? Like I liked Nas. Honestly, I was more of a Nas fan than I was a Rakim fan. On the strength that I could relate more to Nas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of the era. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't really. Rakim was just dope to me as an artist. His wordplay, what he was saying, it was all dope. And then Nas, it was like it was dope. And for me at that age, it was relatable because that's what was happening in our generation. We was looking up to the Nas's. You know what I mean?
Right. Speaking of that, man. Hold on. Let me ask you this, man. Speaking of that, the Nas is because you touched on like Dre and NWA. And I just want to ask this question at that particular time because you know I know the East and West had their conflict at those particular days of the 90s. You know, what was your outlook of that at that time when you seeing that unravel? You know, and knowing you a fan of NWA, but you on a different coast and you got all this stuff going on, man, with the East and West, man. Like how did that affect the hip hop on the East Coast, man? What do you think about that?
But like some people was just etched in stone. Like for instance, Cube. You gotta remember when Cube left, he came to New York.
Right.
America's most wanted and lynch mob.
Big facts.
Cube was the main. After Cube left, it was like the NWA saga was over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know that whole run. It was no more than probably about one album, maybe 2 after he left.
They had 100 miles and running and Niggas for Life.
Niggas for Life, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, the East-West thing wasn't a big deal because some people was etched in stone. The people I like was etched in stone. They didn't fit that criteria. It was like, oh, they from the West Coast, fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For me, the East Coast, West Coast thing didn't matter until the Biggie and Pac situation. All the Tim Dog, fuck Compton shit, like nobody listened to Tim Dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
remember that. I remember that diss too, man. Yeah.
Remember that shit, right? He out there with the
right.
Fuck, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was hard, but you know what I mean. But the East and West thing wasn't really lit the fire until the Biggie and Pac situation. But by then, it was like, yo, Cube was always going to get certain people was always going to get respect. No one really, people still like, no matter what they say, like the Chronic, Doggy Style, like those are undeniable. You would be lying to yourself if you was like, yo, that shit trash because it's from the West. No, this shit was dope.
It was
all
dope,
of us
right.
know the words. Stop it. You know what I mean? But
right,
as far
big
as
facts.
anything else moving out the West, I wasn't really. I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't really trying to give it an ear because it was so much powerful shit coming from the East. You had at that time, you gotta understand, you had the Wu, you had Nas, you had Mobb Deep, you had Capone and Noriega, you had Big Pun, Terror Squad, you had Big L, you had too much incredible shit. You had mad skills coming from VA, you had Outkast, you had too much shit coming from this side of the map. And I'm talking, when I say East, I'm talking East and South because it's on the east side of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said Outkast. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You had too much powerful shit coming from over here for you to be like, I could listen. Like, there was nothing. What could I actually listen to other than the vintage shit? Like, I really wasn't into, anything else that could compare.
Right. Yeah, man. Outkast got caught in that shit at the Source Awards, man. I felt so bad for him, man, because they won the award. Dang on, Suge Knight beefing, the East and West beefing. Outkast get the award, they getting booed, and Dre just came up with the famous line: "The South got something to say, damn it." You know what I'm saying? I remember that, man. I just remember that Source Awards. It was very, very. That Source Award will go down in history as one of the best, man. Where you can sit there and watch.
Was serious.
Yeah, I mean the tension. You could probably see that the tension in the room was so thick, bro. You could see that from watching it on TV.
It wasn't even just the inside; it was what happened outside. It was mad.
Right.
It was mad approaching and explaining to do.
Right.
You in New York.
Right.
You think you coming into New York in the 90s? Like, you think we're gonna talk to you? Like, all right, we understand that's records. This is real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Andre, listen, I don't get Andre 5,000, 7,000. That dude is disgusting. I dare somebody to jump on the track with him and not give they all.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? You have to. Like, there was just so much powerful music at that time. So many different styles, you know what I'm saying? That it was kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm caught in between, because it was like, yo, everything's right here right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. So let me ask you this, man. The state of hip hop right now, and we all know it's a young man's game, but the OGs are still here, and we hanging with everybody. We've seen the transition from the 2000s, and when it started changing and shifting up into where we have now, I kind of see that the bars is coming back. I see that people have substance in their music now. You know what I'm saying? And versus the mumble rap, because there was a bunch of mumble rap, man. It used to irk the hell out of me, man. But I had to sit back and say, okay, this is just a phase. It's going through a phase, and it's phasing out. So where we at now with hip hop, man, there's a lot of great young artists out there. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about hip hop where it's at right now?
I feel like hip hop, put it like this.
Talk to me.
Hip hop itself is at a point. I feel like this. It has grown to a point of measure where I feel like the music industry, period, right? The music industry is at a point where, since you got online, where you can't really tell the difference on who's who. It's oversaturated the game. You know what I'm saying? But there's room for everybody. I feel like hip hop has grown to a point where hip hop itself has multiple subgenres. You know what I mean? So I feel like hip hop has evolved because regardless of what I'm not basing it on I have this conversation often. When you look at the babies and you look at this and that might not be this one's cup of tea, but then there's the Pop Smokes, there's Fabio Farms. You know what I mean? Each of these, when you look at the actual artist that's really on, not the artist that's like, I sound like them, and there's 1,000 of us, and we're on Facebook, and we're, you know what I mean, or we're on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it be, and there's thousands of us posting this shit versus the people who's really on, or the people that's really doing it, because it's independent artists too that's really doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They all have a different sound.
Right.
They all have a different sound, and there's room for everybody. You know what I mean? It's just that they master their sound. Now it's a coach. It's a time where everything is more in front of your face. Back in the day, the dudes who was biting, you couldn't really, you know what I mean? How you really gonna see them? You might have a dude walk up in the cypher and be like, try to start rapping, be like, yo, why he sound like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like somebody get out of it. But now you got social media, so you got thousands or hundreds of people in your face, like, so it appears that everybody is the same, and everybody's not the same because everybody's not on the same level.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's room for everybody. People just got to learn to choose their lane.
Right.
Choose your lane. You know what I mean? Don't do drill if you gotta try to have the mind state like, I need to sound like Pop Smoke, or I need to sound like Fabio. Pop Smoke is Pop Smoke for a reason. Fabio is Fabio for a reason. You know what I mean? And Little Baby, Polo, whoever, you know what I mean? They are them. That is their style. When you look it up, you're not gonna say, oh, Polo G / no, that's him. That's his style. So people just gotta learn to find themselves. So I mean, like, I just feel like music in general is because of social media and everything else that it seems more oversaturated than really is. You know what I mean? We just gotta learn to eliminate or figure out, differentiate between the bullshit and what's really going on. I feel like, but like I said, there's room for everybody. You got the old school, you got the new school, you got the drill, you got the trap, you got the gangster music, you got all that. You got different. I think hip hop has grown to the point where it's, like I said, a bunch of subgenres. You know what I mean? Everybody's good in their own art.
Right. Yeah, man. I think it's starting to mesh together, man. Because there was a time, man. You know, the youngins was, you know, oh man, these old heads rapping this, that, and the third, man. I think now that it's all meshing together, man. And like you said, it's enough room for everybody. You know, you just gotta stay on your lane. You don't like my wave? Well, shit, man. Find another ocean. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically it. Because think about it, youngins. Think about the youngins like this. Youngins are confused with what they're being fed. For us, we didn't have too many options, right?
A lot about that, right?
So if youngins didn't like the bars and shit like that, why is battle rap so big?
Right. That real.
You know what I mean?
That battle rap big as hell, boy. Yeah.
So it's a thing of, now they're thinking on, they'll listen to it, and they'll recognize that shit. Oh, this is battle rap. And then they'll hear what's on the radio all the time, or on advertisements when you're scrolling. It's on spot. You know what I mean? It's saturated with this one thing. So it's like, oh, this is the sound of now. This is what the sound's supposed to be. But they're confused because they like that, and they like to go over there and get them bars.
Right.
Like, oh, battle rap. Oh, it's like wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's just we gotta as a culture, I think that in order to kind of get it on the right playing field, we gotta change the narrative, and we gotta just start to learn to unify and build our own network. You know what I mean?
I talk about that all the time, man. I always say that we need to learn how to break the machine. You know, it's so many things that we can do if we come together, man. We sitting up here paying subscriptions for Spotify and DistroKid and United Masters and CD Baby, man. We got to crack the machine and be able to get our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? How come we can't own our own distros? How come we can't own our own Def Jams, and we can't own our own, you know, just everything? We got to crack the machine, because once the machine cracked by us, then all those other higher powers to be, they start tumbling down, and then we control the radio. You know what I'm saying? We control the Spotify's. We control this, that, and the third. You know, it's just everybody coming together and having that same mindset, you know, and sometimes it's hard to have that mindset with artists, because, you know, artists' ego, pride, and the crab in the bucket mentality is always hard to get artists in one room to have that same mindset. So we have to be able to come together, like Hash just put in the post, create the machine. While we create the machine, man, we got to crack the other machine that's already been created. You know what I'm saying? To have our own. So yeah, I definitely feel that.
Yeah, because when you look at it, like, think about like this. You got the actual machines are in trouble. That's why they're getting involved in so much. They in trouble.
Right.
Like, let's say, for instance, like shit like this, we or any one of us can do the same thing distro to an extent. What DistroKid does, let's say. TuneCore, CD Baby, blah, 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 blah. DistroKid, you gotta understand, was started by one dude. It's like us.
Right.
But people will shit on it because the labels back CD Baby, TuneCore, because they have joint deals. Now, if you do the knowledge on it and really analyze the shit, DistroKid is all what? Independent artists, whatever. They give you this is where I say it works for you if you have the education and the knowledge. You have to seek the knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not just I'm a fire. All right. So what? Everybody's fire.
Big facts.
Somebody else is fire. You just fire doesn't mean like I'm blown up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And every artist think they fire too. So yeah, I get it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I learned a long time ago that the minute you think you the best in the world, there's somebody that's better than you. So be the best you. Be the best you. Be the best you. Focus on what you can do for you to grow. And you know what I mean? Let the way you was a fan for somebody else, that person that you was a fan of sparked you, let you spark the next person. That's it. But you got to have the education in the business. That's the problem. People want to just be artists and think that's it. But what happens when you're 80 years old? Like, you know what I mean? You can't rap no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know the business so you can do other avenues, create other avenues. You know what I mean? The way to break the machine is simple. The machine is breaking itself. The internet is breaking the machine.
Right.
You know what I mean? The problem with us is, or I want to say a lot of people, is that everybody wants to be the boss. It's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Just get in line, learn, and then become the next leader. You know what I'm saying? And let it pass down, let it trickle down, but control the narrative. You got a network. How you think? Listen, Universal Music Group, right? You think Def Jam and Interscope are competition?
Oh no.
No. They belong to Universal Music Group. At the end of the day, they're under the umbrella of one entity. So people think that, like, oh, all these labels, they're in no, they're part of one. They have a network. That's how all this shit works.
Right.
So if we stop being like, oh, I ain't messing with them because I got my own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? They got to connect that you don't have. Network. If we learn the network, we can control the narrative because we're the people that make them big. We're the people that's tuning in.
Right.
So that's how you break the machine, brother. It's really, the machine is breaking itself. It's just a matter of what happens when it's broken. What are we going to do with it? Stare at it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why we had these conversations we having now. You know what I'm saying? these conversations are the important conversations because
Mhm.
I guarantee you ain't many people that's having it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Everybody rather just sit back, pay they subscription to DistroKid and
Mhm.
TuneCore and all this other stuff, and they satisfied. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But you have to think outside of that box. Because
you got to.
I don't want to keep giving these motherfuckers this money for a subscription just to put my music in all these places for what? I know artists out there that may not even may not make the money for the cost of the subscription that they paying for. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
you
yeah,
yeah, you just gotta budget it your way. You know what I mean? Like for instance,
right.
like for me,
Yeah.
like look at all look at how many people. Let's say you right, how many artists you know and how you show love. Right, that's all I've noticed. You show love. You network with everybody. We do the same thing. People like Hash do the same thing, and it's like a network.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right.
network. You have more people connecting with more people and more people, more people. It's a network. You know what I'm saying? So people have to kind of learn to be real. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we want to reach the top or whatever we want to do. You know what I mean? We want to make a change. The only way to make a change is unified. You know what I mean? You have to
That's
unify.
it.
And that's
That's
what this
it,
culture
man.
was built on.
One team, one mission,
Yeah,
goddamn.
one team, one movement.
So I'm definitely with it, man.
Yeah,
Heck,
so that's how I see it. Like, you know what I mean? We just have to learn to unify, and everybody's not gonna unify, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that there's no hope. You just gotta keep building your network. And that's
yeah,
that's 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 what we do.
yeah, man. The ball game ain't gonna stop because you don't want to,
Yeah,
man. We can keep moving and find the players that want to play. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
I'm definitely riding with that, man. So
Yeah,
tell me,
that's
man, what you got coming up, man? Tell me about some projects, man. Let's talk about it.
Woo! I knew that was coming. All right, so
Yeah. Hey,
first of all,
hey, look. You know when you got some stuff coming when you lean back like this right here and you do this. Woo! You got some shit in the works, bro. Talk to me.
all right, so of course you got the album coming. It's
Right.
called The Wordsmith.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The
Um,
wordsmith.
yeah, The
Ooh,
Wordsmith.
ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So that's we don't have a dedicated release date yet because there's still I've been working on this project for about we'll be going on 2 years. You know what I mean? Because when I put it out, I wanted to be correct. I wanted to be the perfect depiction of my craft, who I am in this culture as well. You know what I'm saying? So the Wordsmith is definitely up and coming. There's you can expect a lot of versatility, great features, awesome features. And first single, of course, is gonna be Day One. You know what I mean? I'm also working on a mixtape with the one and only DJ Bad the Problem. By the
Okay.
way, all projects is mixed by King Bash. Shout out to King Bash. I gotta give him a shout out. That's certified zone engineer. You know what I'm saying? International engineer. The man lives inside of the frequencies. High quality. You know what I mean?
Okay. Big
Um,
salute.
yeah. So very creative, very creative. So DJ Bad and I are working on a project that is still untitled. We'll iron the title out later. We only got about 2 tracks left before that project is completed. We haven't gotten the release dates yet. I'm also working on a few joint projects with my Certified Nation team. We're also working on a Certified Nation collaborative project amongst all the certified artists. We're also doing artists. There's artists that's teaming up in pairs. There's projects that are coming, as well as solo projects. So as far as you know, what I mean, there's gonna be a lot of music coming out in the next next month or so that's gonna be bananas. It's gonna be going down the line. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's a lot of projects in the mix, a lot of features in the mix, a lot of work in the mix. You know what I mean? Which I'll be back when it's time to disclose it. You know what I mean? When it's time to disclose it, I definitely got to come back to, one team, one movement.
All right,
You know what I mean?
You already know you got open door policy, man. All you gotta do is hit me. Hey, Tech, what up, man? I'm gonna send you the link. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hit you with
Real,
some exclusive, you know what I mean? Got some features
Yep.
from affiliates that's being talked about behind the scenes. I don't want to throw it out there yet, but there's gonna be some there's gonna be a lot of work coming out within the next month or so. It's gonna be a lot of flooding going on. You know what I'm saying? Sandy ain't got shit on us. Or
That's
either.
what I like to hear, boy. That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. Well, look, man, I'm glad that you came by. Man, you want to give some shout outs, man? Give some shout outs, man. Let's get these shout outs down, man. Shout everybody out.
First and foremost, I gotta shout you out, brother, for having me on here. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful platform. Keep doing what you're doing. I see nothing but success, growth, prosperity in this. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
Never
it,
look
man.
back. I gotta give a shout out to, first and foremost, nobody take this the wrong way, but you can't. First and foremost, I gotta give a shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because without her, I wouldn't have the motivation a lot of the times. I wouldn't have this wonderful studio. I wouldn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that is my backbone. That's my partner. That's my ride or die. We riding until the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? So I got to give her a shout out. I got to give a shout out to all my kids because it starts at home first. So my kids are influences when I create. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times they're my critics. They're my listeners and everything. You know what I mean? So I got to give a shout out to all my kids, man. You know what I mean? My daughter and my 3 sons. You know what I mean? I got to give them a shout out first and foremost. Moving on, though, major shout out to the Certified Nation Entertainment family. You know what I'm saying? We making progress. We growing. We're changing the narrative. You know what I mean? We're building. Major shout out, of course, to Cool Rock Ski. You know what I mean? Definitely major shout out to you, my brother. Major shout out to Special Ed. Major shout out to Sim Media, the whole Sim Media family. You know what I mean? That's Special Ed Media. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Listen, shout out to everybody out there that's doing whatever they doing in a positive way to make their dreams happen. And like I said, it starts with belief, education. You know what I mean? Educate yourself in whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? The powerful mind takes you a far way. You know what I mean? Dedicate yourself. You know what I mean? So, let's keep things moving in a righteous way. But that's my shout outs, man.
Heck yeah, man. Let everybody know where they can find you, man. Get everybody them social medias, man. They need to have them social medias.
Facts. You can find me everywhere at City the Great. You know what I'm saying? Whether you looking for me on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, everything is City the Great. I made it simple for y'all. And that's CITYTHEGREAT. You know what I mean? Stay tapped in. Got a lot of surprises coming and a lot of treats for supporters and a couple of contests or so. You know what I mean?
There we go, y'all. And y'all see the website on the screen right there.
Yes.
www.certifiednationentertainment.com. Make sure y'all tap in. And I definitely got to give a shout out to Miss Samantha Lavelle. What's happening?
Yo, and also, if y'all trying to grow, artists looking for the education, you looking for mixing and mastering on a professional level, you're looking for PR services, you're looking for artist development services, you're looking for marketing, you're looking for features, whatever, anything you need, follow that link, www.certifiednationentertainment.com. You know what I'm saying? We work with all budgets.
That's up, man. Well, I'm glad to have you on. I'm up here, man. I'm laughing, man, cause my aunt, man, he always be cracking jokes on me, cause I don't wear no logos on my hat. You know what I'm saying? I got a embroidery machine. I told him, man, as soon as I get
Yeah.
that thing down, I'm gonna put it on my hat. So he been sitting up here. Oh, you ain't been seeing it. Look, he been cracking jokes. He said, shout out to putting the logo on the hat.
Facts,
You
man.
know.
Hey,
Yeah, so
that's another thing, man. Look out for that closing line as well. Write your own history, or someone else will write it for you. You know what I mean? That closing line is also found
right.
CertifiedNationEntertainment.com. You know what I'm saying? By
There you
It's
go.
Only Right brand.
There you go. I'm glad you came by. Big salute. Hey, he's still in here cracking jokes, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's my brother for life, though. But hey,
Fact.
Brooklyn, what's happening? Brooklyn Bread in the building.
Mhm.
Samantha, write your own history, man. I'm glad you came by. It's always good to have Certified Nation come on the platform, man. You already got open door policy. Anytime you want to come on, man, especially when something drops, make sure that you come and hit me up so we can bring you back on. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about? And we'll run it, man. Big
Yeah.
salute to you, man, and keep being great, Mr. City the Great.
Thank you, brother.
All right, you have a good one. Stay blessed, man, and good spirit, good health, and all that good stuff, man. Until next time, man, we out of here.
Peace.
All right. All right, y'all. That was City the Great, man. That was a great, great, great interview, man. We was glad to have him on. Big salute to him, Certified Nation, the whole team. Big salute to everybody that came in the comments, man. Big salute to everybody that just showed love, man. The independent music movement. We are in the building. Let me give y'all an update of the upcoming interviews, man. We've been getting kind of booked out here. So on the 14th, we got Bino. He's gonna be coming through, man. He represent the ATL. He's part of the Green Team, man. The Morning Motivation Show with DJ Tokars, man. He's definitely coming through. And then on the 16th of September, man, we have Dr. Bridget. She's gonna come through and talk about the 21-day mindset. Something that I think that everybody needs to be part of. To come and get this knowledge, man, about how to get your finances in order. She has a lot of great programs to help people. So I want y'all to tap in on that, man. I told y'all we trying to take this, not only about hip hop, but we trying to get different things in, man, different topics, so you can come and you can be part of it, man. We also got Tahoe 404 representing the ATL. She's a producer down there, man. She do the grills and everything, man. She's also part of the Green Team of the Morning Motivation, man, with DJ Tokars, Classic Atlanta in the morning on Clubhouse from 10 to 12. And then we got that's on the 21st. And then on the 30th, we got ER the Maker representing Detroit. He came down my timeline, man, had a real crazy flow, man. I was like, man, let me holler at him real quick. He said he was interested, so we brought him on, man. The calendar is getting full. We are looking into doing another one of our big shows. Y'all know the big show, man, where we have all the artists. But we're trying to make sure that we get some things tweaked. We'll be doing this with Mac Tight Radio. From ATL Classic Atlanta also. So we got a lot of great things in in the makings. But I don't want to talk too much about it because we were supposed to do the show on the 14th, but we were just trying to figure something else out of how we're gonna bridge the two radio stations together to make this happen and make this a success. So if you missed any of the last ones, man, y'all know we have a great turnout. We have great artists and entrepreneurs and podcasters and radio stations to come through and rock out with me. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, man, if you haven't done it already, man, make sure you go to live365.com, the Independent Music Movement Show. The radio station is 24/7, all day, all night. If you want your music played on one of the hottest radio stations that's out right now, make sure you DM me for packages. We definitely got them, man. A lot of people is tapped in with us right now. Outside of that, I want y'all to continue being great. If you haven't done it already, man, make sure you check your boy out at OG Tech the Don on Instagram. Every morning, man, I give y'all a little boost of motivation for you when you get up to get your day started, man. Make sure you tap in with me to get that motivation. Outside of that, man, we're going to continue being great. This is the independent music movement. One team, one mission. Big salute to everybody rocking with me, man. I'm gonna get some logos on my hat. You know what I'm saying? We used to get on Scarfo about the hats. You know what I'm saying? But he had logos. I don't have logos, so now I'm the new talk of the hats. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna put on my purple hat, but I was like, with my purple shirt, I was like, no, I'm gonna go with the maroon. I'm gonna rock the maroon. Hash ain't gonna come through, and here come Hash talking about my hats, my blank hats. So we're gonna put some logos on the hats. The hats is very important right now for the interview. So I'm gonna make sure I work on getting some logos on the hats. You know what I'm talking about? But big salute to everybody, man. I definitely love y'all, man. Peace, love, blessings. If you haven't done it, man, make sure you call and check on your family members, your friends, see how they doing. Tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes telling somebody that you love them, goes a long way. It don't have to be love far as like I love you, like a relationship, but just telling somebody, hey, man, I love you, brother. I love you, sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for you, man. This, that, and the third can help somebody go a long way, man. So let's continue being great and doing what we doing, man. I love y'all. OG Tech out, man. Let's go.
24/7 Hip Hop Radio. No Skinny Jeans business.